CD Projekt Red has been relatively quiet lately on the topic of Cyberpunk 2077, but for those looking forward to the game, here is a minor but significant bit of news. A couple days ago, on May 24th, 2017, CD Projekt released their Q1's 2017 financial report. The basic summary of it is that they did better than expected, with a profit of around $12 million versus what they were expecting, which was around $8 million. This had in large part to do with the fact that Witcher 3 and its expansions all sold really well since launch and throughout the years. Something else that they reported is that during Q1 of 2017, they spent around $4.2 million for some of their ongoing projects like Gwent and Cyberpunk 2077. So yes, folks, development for both Gwent and Cyberpunk 2077 is kicking and going. There's basically a core team working on Cyberpunk 2077 and a separate team working on Gwent, the game that CD Projekt intends to focus on for 2017. Now, even more interesting is a status update that CD Projekt CEO Marcin Kaczynski provided about Cyberpunk 2077 in a statement. He had the following to say: "The promotional campaign for Cyberpunk 2077 is already planned. Its main element is the surprise, so I cannot even say when it will begin, simply because it has to come as a surprise." In other words, we might not be getting much of a heads up when CD Projekt Red finally plans to fully reveal Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I do think that this partially implies that Cyberpunk 2077 might be going for a Fallout 4 approach when it comes to its marketing campaign, meaning that the time frame between the teaser to the full reveal and the full reveal itself will be very short, and the time frame between the full reveal and the game's launch will be very short as well. You may recall that Fallout 4 was teased and announced basically out of nowhere on June 2015 before making a big splash at E3 2015, and then the game launched 5 months later on November 2015. This essentially allowed Bethesda to capitalize on all that juicy hype while it was at its peak, and the end result was that the game sold really well. I think that's what CD Projekt is aiming for with Cyberpunk 2077. I think they want to avoid another Witcher 3 scenario in which the game is getting delayed time and again, resulting in a dying hype. Just to give you some perspective, Fallout 4 took 5 months to launch since the game was announced, whereas Witcher 3 took 2.5 years after announcement for the game to launch. So when CD Projekt finally decides to reveal Cyberpunk 2077, I expect it to be more of a sprint than a marathon towards the release date. I expect their marketing campaign to be surprisingly fast and furious and condensed to a shorter than average time frame. As for when exactly we can expect the Cyberpunk 2077 freight train to depart, well, apparently it can be anytime, anywhere. Hell, for all I know, CD Projekt Red might be planning some kind of big reveal at E3 2017, and they're just playing coy. Personally speaking, I do think they were being honest when they said that 2017 is the year of Gwent, but after Kaczynski's most recent statement, you never know for sure. If not 2017, I'm confident we can expect to hear about Cyberpunk 2077 in 2018. I think 2018 could potentially be the year of Cyberpunk. Perhaps the fact that they've already got a marketing campaign planned out for the game could mean that the game is further along in development than originally anticipated. And if they do in fact go for a Fallout 4 marketing approach, we could be looking at a launch date of late 2018 or early 2019. But I would say that a more cautious possibility is a 2019 reveal and a late 2019 launch. It's important to keep in mind that CD Projekt was mainly focused on Witcher 3 up until the game launched on May 2015. That means that CD Projekt has only been solely focused on Cyberpunk 2077 for around 2 years. And with how they keep emphasizing that Cyberpunk 2077 is by far the most ambitious project that they have ever worked on, I don't think it's too far-fetched to assume that they might need another 2 years to finish the game and really flesh it out. Not to mention that Cyberpunk 2077 moved from Red Engine 3 to Red Engine 4 within the last year, and this may further contribute to an extended development cycle. This is all theory and speculation on my part, though. We don't really know for sure when and where we can expect Cyberpunk 2077 to be officially revealed with a full gameplay showcase. The big takeaway from all this is that according to CD Projekt CEO Marcin Kaczynski, the element of surprise will play a big role in Cyberpunk 2077's marketing campaign. And that's pretty much it for this Cyberpunk 2077 news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my Cyberpunk 2077 content, I hope you'll consider supporting me on Patreon so we can maintain this channel without having to rely on third-party sponsorship or corporate interference. And to be further updated on all things Cyberpunk, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.